Thank you for tuning in to the Light of Conscience, where the knowing that exists where thoughts do not lights the way. Subscribe to stay inspired. The best compliment you can give us is to share this with a friend. You can also leave a rating, write a review to help others find us. The more the merrier in the light of conscience. Love itself is molding us into what we be. Why wait for tomorrow when right now we can be free? So break down your defenses and throw away your shield and give yourself this moment to believe in what you feel. Hello, everyone. I am here with Cortney today with balancewithcortney.com, and she is here to help you find your happy. Cortney, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Elsie.
I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, I found my happy already. It worked.
Awesome.
So, I want to know what lights you up.
Ooh. Well, number one, sharing my story and sharing to others and inspiring others on a podcast. I couldn't get more lit than that. So thank you so much for this. Yeah, anytime I get a chance to be myself and spread love with the world, that lights me up.
You just lit me up, sister.
Yay. Yay.
Yay. I'm so happy you're on the podcast because that is the reason I started this podcast, was to allow other people, I know what it's like too, to just feel like I can't share who I really am because of how I think other people are going to feel about it. And maybe they will feel that way. And man, it's a whole new world, to quote Aladdin, when you just be who you are and share it. And so here's this platform, thank you, podcast world, where I get to do it, and then I get to have people on and just say, just be yourself. Let's have a conversation. It's so much fun.
Yes. Yeah, always having that fear that you're shining too bright. And so it's beautiful to be able to be on a podcast where you want us to shine as bright as we can and give as much love as we can. And then we can just be ourselves.
Definitely. And that whole shining too bright thing too, it's just, we could get into a whole thing around that. Yeah. And what it is, it's not that, like, this is what I'm seeing in my head right now with that. Thank you for bringing that up. Mm-hmm. Like a dimmer switch, right? And I've used this analogy of, like, we have to slide the dimmer switch down a little bit. And it's like that. No one has to do that. No one ever.
Yes. And if you have to, you're around the wrong crowd.
Yeah, that's just the thing. Like, if you're doing that, that's totally fine. Like, if that's serving you right now and that's what you want to do, I mean, I don't care. Like, it doesn't actually really matter, but you don't have to. And that's the difference, where I felt like I had to, and I know that I'm not the only one. I'm sure you've felt like you've had to. And it's so funny because just being our, to do the cliche thing, our authentic self, it's just turning that dimmer switch all the way up. That's it. It's not like you're more special than anyone else. Everyone has a dimmer switch that goes all the way up.
Yep. Yep. We seem to have a spectrum. We have the people that shine their light really bright and are completely authentic. And then we have the people that are so afraid to shine anything. They're behind the scenes. It's hard to find the middle for sure.
Okay, Cortney, here it is. When did you figure out that you're a way shower?
Ooh, beautiful. So I went through your list, and it was like one of those things when I discovered that I was an empath. It's like 10 things to know if you're an empath. And every single question I'm like, yep. So thank you for that. So I do. I march to the beat of my own drum. I make my own story. I follow my own heart. If I'm around a crowd that I can't be myself, I find another crowd. I've just always kind of been an outcast. And I think it really came clear when I was in high school, because it was looked at as threatening, because people wanted to shine their light like me. They wanted to have a no filter. They wanted to be bright, and they didn't know how. And so I was threatening. I was, scary to others. And so I was judged. I was bullied. And just called a lot of not nice things. And I knew at that time, I think I'm kind of in the wrong world. How do I fit in this world that I don't understand? And so then began my journey.
What did you start with on your journey? You said your journey, so now I'm just curious, like,
Of course.
what started it?
My journey had to go with deciding not to shine my light. And what does that look like? And does that make my life easy? And very shortly after, I started becoming very depressed, and I had no idea who I was. I looked to everyone else for my light, for my energy, for what to wear, what to be, what to say. And I just completely lost myself. And that spiral just kept going down and down until I hit my rock bottom. And I remember walking on a trail, on my favorite nature trail, because that was one of the things that I did every day to find light and just to feel good. And of course, right, that's the fastest way to connect with nature, and you're not around anything that's not serving you. You just eat it up. You couldn't feel more loved than when you are out in nature. And I was looking over a river, and I just started bawling, and I said, enough. I don't know who I am, and I just want to be me. I just want to feel good inside. And so that's when I decided to ask for help. So I started going through all those motions of who am I, starting from when I was a baby. What brought me joy? I remember my parents would have these dinner parties all the time, and I would grab my jukebox and I would jump up on our big table and I would dance for everyone. And I would make everyone laugh and smile and start having a good time. And that just lit me up. And I'm like, that's who I am. That's who I want to be. And so I started doing those things that I loved. I started singing. I started dancing like no one's watching. I started going out, and running outside was huge, huge for me. And doing all the things that brought me joy. And that began my journey to find who I was again. And now I bring it to you guys.
Yes, she does. So we're going to get to how to connect with you in the future here. What you were saying, I can see in me so much, or see like parts of my story in yours. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another reason that we share our stories, because really we're all the same. And gosh, I didn't know who I was like ever. So when you said like you dimmed your light, girl, I was already there. And you know what got me out of it? The running, what do I want to do now? Not what do I think is going to make everyone else comfortable.
Yes.
What do I think is going to make me happy because those around me will be comfortable? What do I want to do? So it's, yes, exactly. I'd love to hear you share a little bit about if somebody is looking for that, where you were, where I was, and they're really resonating with you, what suggestions, if someone gives you a call or a text or an email or whatever they do, are you willing to share a couple things with our listeners today?
Of course I will. My number one thing is go to bed on a good note. Go to bed with joy and wake up with joy. That was huge for me, because there was days that I didn't even want to get out of bed. I didn't see any reason to get out of bed. And so before you go to bed, have a journal next to your bed and write out everything that happened in your day. Just get it out of your head, whether it's good or bad. And then end it with gratitude. End it with all the things that you were grateful for that happened today that brought you joy. And then go to sleep with this beautiful slumber of feeling good about who you are and what you did that day. And wake up feeling light. And when you wake up, don't just jump out of bed. Just lay there, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths and check in with your body and say, how do I feel and what do I need? We don't do that. We wake up, jump out of bed, make breakfast for the family, jump off to work. We unconsciously do everything. So stay in bed, take some deep breaths, check in with yourself. What do I need? How do I feel? What's going to bring me joy today? And guess what? If you're not feeling good, feel your feelings. Don't fight them. Don't say, nope, I got to be on my best game today. I got to be a good person. I got to treat everyone happy. I got to go out and do my thing. No, give yourself what you need. Feel your feelings. And if you need to check out for the day, check out. You're in charge. No one else is.
I love you.
I love you, Elsie. I'm really trying not to move, I promise.
You're doing great. I chastised her because she was making a lot of background noise with her hands, which I talk with my hands too, but it doesn't sound very good on a podcast. And you can't see her anyway, so, that's why she said that. Anyhow, moving on. I'm so grateful that you shared that. Feel your feelings. We're human. This isn't like I'm a little unicorn. Okay, we're all unicorns too. I know. Okay, get that. But also, we're human. And I'm not sure if you heard the podcast with Ivana that was, back in December, but she was also talking about similar thing of it doesn't matter. We put too much importance on too many things as humans, I think. And feelings is one of those things, especially when we're on that spiritual path, thinking that like, oh my God, I'm going to manifest crap because I feel crappy today.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
No, I completely agree with you. You're going to manifest what your intention for that day is. That's what you're going to manifest.
And it's not about never feeling crappy.
Exactly.
It's about just being okay with it. It's about not worrying about how we're feeling because then it just creates this cycle, right? Where as if we're just feeling what we're feeling and we're okay with that, we'll just get more things that we're going to be okay with. So it's going to improve.
Well, think about it. If we focus on, I can't be worrying about this, we're going to cause more worry. But instead, if we just say, okay, this is where I'm at, I'm just accepting it, we're going to focus on more accepting ourselves for who we are and where we're at.
Yeah, I knew you would say it eloquently. Thank you.
You would never tell your best friend, stop worrying, right? You would give them love. You would pour them a glass of wine and sit down and have a great conversation, right? You'd give them some love and say, I love you for who you are and whatever you're going through, and I'm here. Give that to yourself.
Yeah. Do it. Do it, everyone.
Do it. Do it.
Cortney, I want to ask you about the 4 principles of finding your happy that you teach.
Wonderful. So we've already talked a little bit about it, but number 1 is living your life with intention. So I have this thing whenever I'm going into something new, first thing in the morning, when I leave the house, meeting friends, whatever I'm doing, I close my eyes, I take a couple deep breaths, and I set an intention for what I want to happen. I'm not just going into it and saying, I'm open for anything. So intentional living, huge. Gratitude. Every day, be grateful for something. Say it out loud. Say it in your heart. Journal it, sing it, whatever you need to do. You will be amazed if you do this every day. Before you know it, all day long, you will be thinking things you're grateful for. You will be seeing beauty in the smallest things that you never saw before. Meditation, connecting with spirit, huge. It is the only time we give our mind a break. Treat yourself with meditation, even if it's 5 minutes, guys. Sit there in silence. Spirit and your internal guidance gets so much louder when we allow it a chance to speak. We are so busy in life and so loud. I mean, everything in the world is getting louder. Everything. We never hear our internal guidance. We just hear what everyone else is saying. Listen to you. So you do that with meditation. I always say, to be great, meditate. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Don't hate, meditate. Perfect. And number 4, self-care. Put yourself first. Love yourself first. Take care of what you need. Check in with yourself once again every day. What am I feeling? What do I need today? So important.
Thank you for sharing those 4 principles of finding your happy. I'm going to recap. So 1 is intention, 2 is gratitude, 3 is meditation. It's my favorite. And 4 is self-care. Now I have the shirt "Don't Hate, Meditate" on. So I had to show her when she was speaking. We're on Zoom, so she gets to see me. So that's what her reaction was. That's the shirt that I have on.
And can I show you my shirt and I'll tell everyone?
Please.
It says blessed.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Once again, gratitude. We don't realize how blessed we are until we start showing gratitude, right?
Yes. I have a friend that will say, blessings, gratitude, blessings, gratitude, blessings, gratitude. And it is, that becomes a cycle too. So while our negative thinking becomes a cycle, so does our positive thinking.
Yes.
And when we're feeling really bad, it's really hard to remember that. And you said this before, told everybody, it's okay. You can feel what you're feeling. Just know that, emotion is energy and motion, right? Everything changes. You're gonna get better. Yes. And there are ways to get better that are healthy. There are ways to get better that aren't healthy. No judgment,
Yeah, this moment might be bad. It doesn't mean life is bad, right? Just be in the moment. Be present. That's another thing. When you're meditating and have a grateful heart and you're setting an intention, you're in the present moment. Everything happens there, you guys. We are living life in forward motion or looking behind us and missing out on the magic of today. It's all right in front of you.
Yeah, Cortney's got it. This is why she works with people and finding they're happy. She's got a good, solid practice for it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways, but man, you got it down, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life experience, I tell you.
Oh, no, I know. So we were touching on positive mindset for all things.
Yes.
And that is, it just is. It's really, to me, gratitude. I think gratitude and love are the same energy.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And happy and love are the same energy, guys.
I love this so much. We're so on the same track. I was just going to say in Huna healing, to love is to be happy with is one of their principles, right? So to love is to be happy with. It's again, and if I'm happy with something, I'm grateful for it.
Yes. Yes.
It's so cool how it's all kind of the same. And then we have all these words we can play with and use for different times when we feel different ways. I love that. Let's talk a little bit more about trusting in yourself and establishing boundaries. That again, yes. I think life experience, maybe for both of us and a lot of the listeners, but it's always good to hear it from an expert like yourself. So
yes, yes, go. Boundaries. Wow. So my whole life, I have felt very unsafe. And what I mean by that is I brought up earlier that I am definitely empathic. I'm a very sensitive being. And you take on a lot of other people's shit, stuff that has nothing to do with you, but you take it on and you try to fix it. So I needed to establish boundaries around myself to protect my heart and to protect the energy that was mine and to protect the energy I was putting out to the world. And the way I established those boundaries are figuring out what's not working for me and what I don't want in my life. So I did a lot of cleaning house. That's not a very nice term, but I let go of people that were not feeding my soul. Okay, I established boundaries around them. I simplified my life. I got rid of shit that wasn't making me feel good. I looked around my house and we are gifted presents. We put them on our wall. We put them as knickknacks in our house. And when we look at it, what if the energy we have with that person is not that great? Then you're looking at that every day and you're taking on that energy every day. So look around your house and get rid of stuff that is not making you feel joyful, that you don't look at it and say, oh, I love that. That makes me feel so good. And I'm not just talking about pictures on the wall, guys. Go through your clothes. We all have those clothes that when we wear them, we just don't feel good, but we wear them because someone said they looked great or they were gifted to us. Get rid of them. Go in your car, clean it out. Clean it out. Clean your world. Establish boundaries around yourself. And what this all is doing is protecting yourself from harm, protecting yourself from energy that you don't want and you don't need. Another beautiful way, and I said earlier, before you do anything in your life, close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and ask yourself, how am I feeling? What do I need today? Establish, I call it my own personal bubble. Establish a beautiful light all around yourself before you go out in the day. So then you're going out and you're giving to others what you want to receive. That is huge. All of those are boundaries. Another example, we have a good friend, we haven't said, but I travel. I live in my RV. This is a big thing. I live in my RV. I want to simplify my life. I want to focus on my business and spreading love to the world. So I sold my condo, I sold my car, I sold everything, put my daughter in college, and I'm in an RV traveling. So we had a friend in town and they wanted us to go out. And yesterday I just wasn't feeling my best self. And I committed to myself in the morning, I'm going to do things that bring me joy and I need some me time. That's okay, guys. So my friend texted me and I said, I'm sorry, I just need a me day. That's a boundary. I'm taking care of me first. Because I would have went out to this lunch and she probably would have thought I was mad at her or something was off or something was wrong. It wouldn't have been an enjoyable time. I love her enough not to do that, to establish boundaries with her and be honest and say, I'm just not my best self today. I need time. Those are all boundaries. Another beautiful boundary is disengaging. So we feel the need, no matter what is happening in our life, whether it be with our animal, our dog, our animal dog, our significant other, our friend, whatever. We feel the need to be involved and fix and just be in their energy all the time. If you don't want to be, disengage. Say, I'm just not here today. I need to be with myself. And disengage. Don't interact. It is not an unloving act. It's an amazing loving act because you're taking care of yourself and you're putting yourself first. So give yourself permission to say no.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of those tips. I hope everybody just kind of rewinds it and listens again. Can you rewind digitally anymore? Not really. You just go back.
Yeah, you hit that 15-second button and you keep going back.
Do that a few times. Yes, absolutely.
I am the queen of boundaries and self-care. So I could do a whole podcast just on that.
Maybe, yeah, go for it. I like that idea actually. And it is something I just found out that I'm empathic as well. I just never correlated myself to that. And then it was described and it was kind of just like shoved in my face, like, oh, yeah, that's because you're an empath. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she kind of explained what we're like. And I was like, oh, and that's okay. I mean, everyone, I think, has the ability to want to fix things and make things better for everybody. But yeah, we go a little bit overboard. And something that I've learned that was so incredibly helpful for me, I think it was Abraham Hicks. I was just listening to one of their, they have like, what are they, like conferences or whatever they are?
Yep, YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yep.
And this guy was talking about how just like horrible the world is, basically, which I think, even though, you know, we want to stay in the positive mindset, we get it. We know where he's coming from. And she was, you know, Abraham through Esther was saying, you're feeling this horribleness that you're feeling. These are not the exact words, by the way. I'm not quoting. It's the energy of it, though. Is not helping the people or the ones or the animals or whoever, whatever it may be that are suffering. And you're actually feeling worse than they are. So when I see something that I just can't wrap anything around, it's that horrendous. It's now a practice for me not to get down and depressed because of it over there. I mean, everything is in, out, it's all one, but what am I adding to the scenario? Like, that person or being has their coping mechanisms and they're working for them. So they're actually not as much suffering, that's not good English, but they're not suffering as much as I am by trying to feel how they must be feeling, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we do that, and it doesn't serve anyone. So now and this, again, that just might help people. It's about, why don't we expand our light instead?
Yes. Beautifully put. Exactly. You know, with all that's going on in the world, we tend to just sit and mope and be sad because we want to feel what's going on, right? You're exactly right. Hold on, take a deep breath, and instead send them love. Send them light. Send them all the energy that you can give to make the experience a little less suffering. Change your mindset, because you sitting and being sad and in misery with them is not helping them, and it's not helping you.
No, it's not. And even if, I'm going to take it even a step more internally and say, if you can't even think about it because it's going to drop you, don't worry about sending love to a certain thing. Just expand your light everywhere and let it be without subject, right? Love without an object, is that it? So, of course,
Love without an objective.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That needs to be on your t-shirt.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. So, Cortney, how can people reach out to you? How can they interact with you? You're in the Light of Conscience you're on the Light of Conscience podcast. You're in the Light of Conscience community on Facebook.
Yes, I am, and love it.
Oh, thank you. We love having you there. And you have your own Facebook group as well, and I'm in it. So join us there too.
Happy Balance is my Facebook group, and it is full of a beautiful tribe that supports each other and inspires each other to find their happy. So I do, which Elsie was part of, I do happy expert interviews, where I interview experts that have found their happy and they share their story. And I have that every Tuesday live so people can watch. It's like my mini podcast. I do Sunshine Minutes. I come to you twice a week with inspiring little happy habits you can do, because happiness is a muscle you work every day, right? So if we create daily habits that we do to bring joy, we're happy. We hold happiness in our heart all the time. So I bring that to you. And I just have fun. You know, I have Fun Friday and Self-Care Saturday, and it's my outlet. It's my way of taking care of others and spreading my light.
It is really fun. You guys go check it out. Are you on Instagram too, or?
I'm on Instagram at Balance with Cortney. And then balancewithcortney.com, my website, is just full of everything you need to be happy. I have my happy goods page. I have my happy quiz. So if someone asks you, are you happy, and you have to think about it, it's time to dig in and do some work. Find your happy. If it's not a hell yes, call me. Let's talk. I can give you some tips and tools. So I have a Discover Your Happy quiz, which is super fun. It's 10 questions you take, and then I talk to you about the results. So it's just a very light, inspiring, supportive place.
Absolutely. I can't wait to continue the conversation in your group and in my group. Oh my gosh, we're going to explode the internet. Can't wait. And
yay!
I truly hope that listeners out there who are resonating with Cortney, check out her website or do find her group, find her in some way. She's so inspiring. She's just like, you see her and you have to smile, which is really a gift. Like, that's a gift that not everyone has. So thank you for being that.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, because that's exactly what I want to put out to the world.
Oh, good. Yay. And so if there are any other thoughts that you want to leave with the listeners, let's do it now, and then
wonderful.
Continue in another place.
Okay. Today is the day, guys. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Put yourself first today. Give yourself what it needs. If you don't know what that is, ask for help. You are worth it.
I'm wordless, so thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself, and I wouldn't have even tried. Thank you so much, Cortney. You're just a blessing on this planet. So We will see you soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Happy New Year. I just realized that this podcast is dropping on January 2nd. So exciting. Again, if you resonated with Cortney at all, please reach out to her. If you're looking for a place to continue to explore your spirituality, check out Club LC. I've got Reiki every week if you want it. I have a meditation every month. I have Kundalini yoga classes, which are live online, and it's not like streamed, so you're just seeing me. This is actually interactive. So if you have questions that pop up during the class, you can be like, hey, LC, and I'll answer you. It's really fun, and the connections in those classes, you wouldn't really believe it. You probably actually connect more online than you would if you just like went to a class. So there's that as well. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to provide a place for you to be you, to shine your brightest for yourself and then out to the world. And sometimes that means you gather with other people like yourself, other way showers who are on the path, who are shining bright to inspire and keep each other up. And that's what that's all about. And that is per month. So, maybe you need it for a month. Maybe you want it for 5 months. It's totally up to you. I also have one-on-one coaching. So if you are looking for the ability to know, well, you already know. But if you're like, well, how do I know? Because the thoughts are getting in the way too much. I can help you with that through experience and more. And my one-on-one coaching includes a golden mantra. So what that means is that we work together for 4 weeks on coaching. It's mindset and habit alignment plus Reiki every single time. After those 4, we get together again to find your mantra, the one that is going to resonate with you. We find a melody in like live time. So I'm there with my guitar, I'm there with you, and we find a melody that you love. And then I go record it in a studio. So it's a professional recording, high quality recording. It's only for you, and you get to have that vibration to use anytime you start to feel like you're falling off the wagon, so to speak. And you use it just whenever so that you stay aligned. It's simple as that. So that's the 5th meeting. And then we do have one more so I can clarify the meaning and the uses for the mantra, answer any further questions you might have, and kind of wrap it up that way. So if you're interested in that, I take 2 at a time, and you can find all that information on bit.ly/club LC. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and we will see you in the light of conscience. And don't give up on your life. Your dreams give hope and offer light. Let's make love to the beauty of the lives we've yet to live.